Hello guys, welcome back to another video on the Stratus Forecast Weather Channel. Today we're going to be discussing the major storm that is happening up in the Pacific Northwest that is dropping loads of rainfall and heavy snowfall amounts. We're going to be going over the forecast for the next couple of days for the western coast as a major upper level low pressure system is going to be dropping tons of rainfall, and with those just constant, or it seems like constant, but for a few days an atmospheric river is going to be occurring along the west coast. It's going to be dropping tons of rainfall, tons of snowfall, high winds, potentially even, we'll have to take a look at it, potentially even close to hurricane force wind gusts, along with we'll be going over the major, or the alerts that's going to be going on with this system. There's alerts up and down the west coast, ranges from winter storm warnings to high wind warnings and even more than that. We're going to be going over all the watches, warnings, and advisories that have been issued by the National Weather Service, along with the upcoming, or the snowfall and the rainfall amounts that are going to occur with this, along with the future radar. So yeah, let's get right on into this. So currently we're taking a look at the current radar. Right now this is the, I'm just using the MRMS model because it's good for viewing the entire country without having to click on all the different radar sites to just click on them. So currently we're dealing with showers, and I don't really see any lightning in here, so just showers. But if we open up the reflectivity mode and we actually go to winter radar, you're going to notice we're actually seeing some snow. So just to put it into simplistic terms, let me get rid of this real quick. The green and these yellows is rain, but if you see the lighter shades of blue, that is your snow. So as we play through this radar, some heavier rain bands coming through near Olympia, moving northeast very slowly at the moment. We have some snow falling quite heavily in the rocky areas in the mountains, and this will continue. There's this big upper level low right here that is just going to be constantly streaming in atmospheric rivers, meaning lots of precipitation for pretty much up and down the west coast. And these fronts will move their way just like they do. They'll go this way, and some will go up towards Canada as well. So there's that. So I'm sure you guys prefer the reflectivity mode, so we'll just do reflectivity even though it doesn't show rain. This is what's going on along the country. Bands of rain coming in from the Gulf of Mexico associated with the remnants of Tropical Depression Sarah, which is no longer a tropical storm, I don't think, because it's lost in its tropical characteristics. And then we have some typical rain showers and isolated thunderstorms going on through the areas of the upper Midwest and somewhat into the Northeast and up into the northern parts of the United States of America. I'm sure there is lightning in here, but I'm using a different model that is not using that does not track lightning. So we're just going to deal with this as it is. But there's probably some lightning in here as well. Some of these heavier bands moving to the northeast associated with an atmospheric river. So now we're going to take a look at the satellite imagery, and you're going to notice here we are with the infrared imagery. We got this big upper level low that's going to be streaming in moisture from the associated with different low pressures that are going to be developed. So this just has that bomb cyclone look to it, and that's exactly what this is a bomb cyclone. And it's going to continue to stream in moisture from the Pacific Ocean and just continue moving its way to the northeast. And there'll be different lows that come through from different areas, and we'll all train this way and just cause catastrophic flooding, bad road conditions, lots of snowfall, lots of high wind gusts that will cause probably millions of power outages. Probably, this is probably a little overestimated, but maybe between 10 to 50 million power outages, probably even more than that, because it's just going to be covering such a large chunk of the Pacific Northwest. Now we can get right into the watches and warnings, the excessive rainfall discussion. So this is day one. So currently we're dealing with a slight risk of excessive rainfall, and you just got that marginal risk that's extended up and down the west coast, basically the entire thing there. So yeah, you got your slight risk of severe weather, not severe weather, but rainfall amounts, excessive rainfall, and you got that green zone as well. And as these atmospheric river conditions along with the rainfall comes in, we're going to notice this is the next prioritized location. We're going to see an abnormal moderate risk of excessive rainfall. We're going to be noticing this little area of, or this big area I should say, of marginal risk, and then that large chunk of the area also in a slight risk of excessive rainfall. But you're going to notice as we continue on through the week, day 3, or this would be, let's see, I'm not even sure what day it would be. This would be probably Friday. This would be Friday. And there now is a very rare occurrence of a potential high risk of excessive rainfall, a larger moderate risk of excessive rainfall. You got a slight risk of excessive rainfall that's a little bit more, and then you got this green area, which is your marginal risk of excessive rainfall, but continues up and down the west coast. For centrals, for portions of Oregon, near Portland area, California, all those areas. Alright, now I'm going to get into the hazards, or the watches, warnings, and advisories. Currently we have a range of advisories extending from a flood watch all the way to a wind advisory, so we'll mark them all down for you. So the red, we'll go one by one. So the green we're dealing with right now up in here is your flood watch. There's tons of areas of it. This is flood watch for those excessive rainfall amounts that are going to be coming through in the next couple of days. You also got a blizzard warning. This counts for all places shaded in red. So up here, where you can, where those winds are going to exceed 30 miles per hour, and that snowfall is going to be relatively coming down very fast and harshly with all those blizzard conditions. And those blizzard conditions could be quite powerful, as we're dealing with high, strong wind gusts and lots and lots of snowfall that could be heavy at times. We also got a winter storm warning, which is the shade in pink. This counts for much of Oregon and lots of areas like this. It also is counted in some of these rocky terrains, along with way up there near that northern section of Washington. We've also got a winter storm warning, a winter storm watch, and a winter weather advisory. These are the winter storm warning, or I should say the winter storm warning is the shade in pink, like I said. The winter storm watch is a shaded and basically I'd say a lighter shade of blue. We're dealing like these areas right here, this is a winter storm watch, I believe. It's hard to say because these colors are just so drastically different from each other, and you can't really tell because they're darker than others. But you got that winter storm watch, you get a winter weather advisory. So this is your purple up in here, and then you get a freeze warning. This is for portions of a large chunk of the country, for the drastic low pressure system that's going to be going through the portions of the northeast. That cold front is basically going to usher in drier and very cold air that's going to just pummel much of the United States. That's going to lead to all those freeze warnings and freeze watches and advisories, all those sorts of things. But that's not what we're talking about today. We also have a red flag warning in place, but that's not for this whole thing, or maybe it is actually. I didn't see that. So there's this red flag warning right here for those windy conditions and those excessively dry conditions that are continuing on, that's going to possibly have the impact of forest fires, which is not good. We also have a high wind warning, which is that light shade of orange right here. You got some up and down the coast as well. All these are for these wind gusts that supposedly will be reaching over 60 miles per hour. I could see gusts even closer to 70 possible. I wouldn't doubt it out. We also have a wind advisory, so that's that light shade of orange right here. That covers much of the region. Any of these areas of that gray even, these are wind advisories for those winds gusting near around 45 to 50 miles per hour. Don't mark my words on that, but it's going to be somewhere in that area. Next, we're going to be going over the future radar. So here we are. So there's that atmospheric river, as I was talking about, with that upper level low that's probably a bomb cyclone by now. This is going to continue to, I don't think it's going that way, but you get the general idea. It's just going to stall out there and stall and stall and stall and just bring all of that snowfall and rainfall, and that low pressure just keeps on stalling. And then another atmospheric river. So the West Coast is very used to these atmospheric rivers. It brings lots of rainfall, lots of snowfall, and sometimes some high wind gusts with it as well if these low pressure systems are strong enough. And then as we go through, it stays relatively dry for a few days there, and then the atmospheric river eventually comes back in with some more snow. And then you're actually seeing, this is completely out of the, not what I'm talking about in this video, but we actually have a nor'easter. Whether this, there's a high pressure system up here, or a low pressure system, I should say, there's another high over here. But this low pressure system is basically what's going to force this low pressure system off the coast. A few days ago, it was actually showing, it was actually showing potential landfall in Massachusetts up through Maine with some pretty high snowfall amounts. So now we're going to go through the snowfall amounts, or actually, yeah, the snowfall amounts, and then we'll get into the wind, because the wind is a big thing with the system as well. It's going to probably knock out millions without power. So we're going to take a look at the snowfall amount. Alright, so here we are. This starts today, and we're just gonna go through the next couple of days and we'll see how it goes. So those amounts really rise here. This is probably a lot of snow here. So yeah, this is between so the blue shades are closer between 1 and 6 inches of snow. You got the purples. Basically the entire West Coast here basically just deals with lots of snowfall, ranging from all this area ranges from anywhere from 6 to probably even close to 60 inches of snow in these higher terrains here. That's a lot of snowfall. That's several feet of snowfall. And we'll continue going on. We'll just go all the way through. So it doesn't really change there. So there's your snowfall amounts. Anywhere from a dusting to upwards of 60 inches or more is possible in this entire area. So that's a lot of snowfall. Next, we're going to go over the rainfall amounts, because that's going to be a big one as well. So here we are. Right now, there's not much going on. Of course, you only got those rain showers going on. So currently, we're only dealing with about a tenth of an inch, or upwards of near around an inch of rainfall going on, so it's not that much. But as we really go, those rainfall amounts are really going to pummel. So by the end of this whole thing going on, we could be dealing with areas between, 1 inch upwards of 15 inches of rain, which is crazy up and down up and down the West Coast. This is because that atmospheric river just pummeling that rainfall and that snowfall up and down the West Coast. And like I mentioned, this is going to cover much of the West Coast. As you can see, much of it is just dealing with catastrophic rainfall and snowfall amounts. So now we're going to take a look at the winds, because the winds are going to be a big issue with this system. So here we are with the winds. As you can see, this upper level low is very strong, as you can see. So we're dealing with winds between 45 and 70 miles per hour, even higher than that. So what we're really looking for is the wind gusts, because the wind gusts are going to be very important with this storm, and you can see that just how tight these pressure gradients are. Look how tight those millibars are. This is definitely towards a bomb cyclone, if not one already. So we're going to pull out the wind gusts for you real quick. Alright, here we are with the wind gusts. You can see well over 70 miles per hour for much of the area here. Then up and down the west coast, you're dealing with wind gusts between 35 and close to 70 miles per hour even along the coastline. So this whole area, most of the highest winds are already offshore and they will eventually come inland, but they're not going to be as strong. But these areas are between this over 70 miles per hour. So this is, and the reason this is not a hurricane and you might think it would be a hurricane is because it's not in the tropical region. The tropical region is between the Caribbean Sea, the southern Gulf, the southern Pacific Ocean, the main development region, which is between the Pacific Ocean and somewhere in the southern areas of the Atlantic Ocean. So this would not be a tropical system. This would be just your normal bomb cyclone. So these wind gusts are going to get impressive as we go on later. So these wind gusts are going to get impressive. So we're going to watch this low pressure system. It's just going to march its way. It's just going to stall here. It's just going to do a loop-de-loop. It's not going to move much at all. So these wind gusts will eventually come inland, and you can see some of those wind gusts. The highest winds I think are going to be between tonight and tomorrow, around and the 9 a.m. and then it's going to shift around. But it's basically, as you can see, if we go closer to the coastline, this is why they have a high wind warning. You're dealing with winds upwards of 80 miles per hour. These wind gusts are anyways, and most of the models show this anyways. 60, you got, and yeah, so this is going to be very, these are tropical force, not tropical force, but hurricane force wind gusts. So that's very impressive for a bomb cyclone. This is a very strong bomb cyclone. It's probably, probably upwards of a Cat 3 or if not higher or a Cat 1 to a Cat 3 hurricane. This is very impressive for a bomb cyclone, I do have to say. But yeah, that's really all I have for this video. This is really all I have for this video. Hope you guys enjoy. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, make sure you have your alerts on, because this is going to be a heck of a drive for the next couple of days. You got torrential rainfall going on, and you'll expect tons of rainfall, tons of snowfall. You saw the maps. Pretty impressive totals. Upwards of 60 inches of snow and almost 15 inches of rain or more. You got those wind gusts that are going to be upwards of 60 to close to 80, if not higher, miles per hour wind gusts, which is going to be able to knock out power with no problem at all. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. Like I said, stay safe, make sure to have alerts on, because this will be a wild ride for the next couple of days as these this atmospheric river and this upper level bomb cyclone, or we call it bombogenesis in the meteorological world, just stay weather aware. This will be a wild ride with lots of rainfall and snowfall to come, along with those gusty to potentially damaging wind gusts that will knock out millions without power. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. But like I said, make sure to have alerts on, make sure to stay weather aware, and yeah, stay safe. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys would like to see more content like this and more weather related content on this channel, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to never miss another upload. And without further ado, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.